Welcome back to another Plasticon review. Today we're going to cover some crazy knockoff-y goodness. I also like to call this Diaclone Blue Star. Here is Diaclone Blue Star in his bug mode. You actually notice I've got Blue Star himself standing here. He is my little custom Blue Star guy. I think he goes very, very well with this. I am a huge fan of the insect guys that were out of the Diaclone verse, and the fact that I kind of consider these Generation 2 really works because I don't know, I was a fan of the Swarm, and I always thought the Swarm was just a bunch of bugs, and I think it's cool. But anyway, let's take a closer look here at Blue Star himself. Blue Star's pretty neat. He's a very, very interesting bug. They like this beetle. He has got a lot of crazy, awesome stuff going on here. He's got this huge gun on the back, which actually articulates, and it can go all the way around if I wanted it to. I mean, I can, make it go all the way around if I just lift it up just a little bit, because it does happen to have a bit of a curvature here. It's really neat. I do like the fact it's got this huge cannon on the back. He does happen to have the little buggy legs that move up and down, which is cool. So, you can move these up and down. And he does happen to have a little bit of blue there on his little toes, which is pretty interesting. I do like this a lot. So he does look like a little beetle that would be scampering around and causing havoc, because that's what, the Wateros creatures did. You notice I have a Decepticon emblem on there, but it's not a normal Decepticon emblem. It's more of a kind of a faded style, which I actually like a lot on this toy. It really kind of fits the 90s motif that I'm into. I really like this kind of strange stuff, and I'm a big fan of creating some of my own characters, and this guy happens to be one of them. You notice he's got those big old yellow beady eyes. I just think it works. It works very well with this. Like, this scales perfectly with the Waruder guys. If you have any Diaclone guys, you guys know these guys are amazing and they're really cool. It's really neat to have a actual bug dude that goes with it. Happens to have the blue that carries all the way around. You see his thrusters here on the back. He has a little bit of a sticker detail there on the top, and it's just a neat looking beetle. I do like him. He's got these, like I said, big old beady yellow eyes and a little bit of blue there on his face, which is kind of neat because it almost looks like he can bite you in half in there. I like it. Pretty neat. But this isn't all this thing does, because this thing actually transforms into a robot. And when I say robot, it's a little loose for a robot, but hey, it's a robot. But the gun itself actually has a collapsing ability. You can actually collapse the entire gun, which is pretty cool. So that way it's not sticking out of the way. And you take his legs here and you'll slide them down just like that. You'll flip this here up. Same thing here. And you'll flip this one here up. And then he's getting a little tall here for a second. Raise the camera. And then you can just kind of move his little arms down. These do become his arms. Now I do know this is like a knockoff of some type of I want to say there were converter bots back in the day, but I'm not absolutely sure which knockoff this is, because the original one would actually have folding out arms. This here would all fold backward, and it'd have these two arms that would fold out, but that's okay. I added a little bit of sticker detail there and made his head a little more interesting by painting it up a little bit and made it look really cool. I do like him a lot. And the fact that, Blue Star here actually scales very well with him. I think this works pretty well. I'm a huge fan, like I said, of the Warriors world and the, non-Transformer stuff. And this really fits in with G2 to me because it just works. It's an homage to a character that never really got a toy, and Blue Star is talked about a lot in the actual fiction, but we never did get an actual toy of him. I do know some people's done versions of the little guy, but never once ever gave him a vehicle of sorts. And to me, Blue Star would do something like this. It would be a big, huge armored beetle with a gigantic gun just ready to blow everything up, and he would also have abilities to be able to get out as quickly as possible. And him being a beetle, he could literally like ray gun his way through the earth, or even fly away because he has boosters on the back. This thing would literally fly in space as well. I thought about trying to figure out how to make it so he could fit inside of him, but I really haven't been able to figure that one out yet. That's something I'm still trying to work with. I thought maybe there may be a way for me to build a chasm here or something for him to fit in, but I can't really do that whenever the legs themselves fold up into these chasms, so not really a way to do that. But I did add the cannon on the back, which I think really, adds a lot to him. And it doesn't actually make him back heavy. He actually has pretty decent hill spurs, so I mean, he doesn't really fall over that easy on my shelf. He does kind of lean, I do tend to lean him forward just a tad bit to make sure that doesn't happen. But that's just because I have many other things on my shelf and I try not to bump into them too much. But anyway, this has been Plascon. This has been yet a crazy look at something strange and awesome that I made because I really like making my own characters. And I'll see you guys around because I have plenty more coming your way. That's it for now. Bye!